Thank you so much for being part of our Unlock Your Design universe. We appreciate your presence. We appreciate your contributions. We appreciate your interactions. And most importantly, we appreciate every time you utilize one or all of our 64 archetypes. We have spent almost 2 years around the wheel developing these archetypes, and much more, much longer before that. This will be the completion of our 2nd year around the wheel. And we're just so humbled and grateful that what works for us works for you, and that you're utilizing these archetypes in your daily life. And we also want to recognize that we see you using the names of the archetypes in the Gene Keys community and human design community. And our intention behind these archetypes are to kind of bridge the gap between these systems, between Gene Keys, between human designs, between astrology, between the I Ching, bringing them together and personifying these energies into archetypes so that you can conversate with them, so that you can imagine them, so that you can connect with them, because these 64 archetypes are part of you. These 64 archetypes are within you. And with having my life's work as the 6.5, I have conflict, diplomacy, and peace. That is the Gene Key frequency bands. And this is the gate of conflict. And there's something about the peacemaker archetype that it's going to utilize these moments of friction, of conflict, to come into peace and unity and harmony within the self. And so these archetypes, these inner archetypes, whenever we find ourselves butting heads with some of these archetypes or reacting to somebody else, maybe the other person is embodying an archetype that you just can't integrate, that you just can't jive with. And the potential here is for resolution and for unity with these archetypes, because the more that we can take each of these 64 archetypes and merge them within the self, we're able to come into harmony and balance within ourselves. We're able to neutralize. So therefore, we can experience more unity, we can experience more love, we can experience more peace within our being. When we have all these inner archetypes fighting and warring inside of us, it's fragmenting parts of us. And what our archetypes do is they help you kind of sit down and work things out with them. You're able to recognize what inner archetypes are consistently defined in you, the 11 that you see in the Gene Key golden path, or the 20-something that you see in your human design body graph. All of those are consistent within you. However, every 6 days, you have a new archetype that is activated by the sun. And what that means is that at least twice during the year, you have these archetypes activated by the sun or the earth because of the programming partners. So you have opportunities and potential for you to integrate these archetypes, for you to see what kind of challenges come up into your life, to see if there's any friction or conflict you have with them, and to see what you can learn from them. They're all wanting to mentor you. And it's all about taking these 64 archetypes and uniting them into one within you, where you kind of transcend the need for archetypal language. And you're just able to be in your naturalness without needing to know what's your SQ sphere and what line is your life's work in, and what is Neptune activating in your personality side. Like, all of that language is not really necessary once you can come into harmony and balance within yourself. I'm not saying that me or Bella have done that. We all have our challenges, but the more and more you work with these archetypes, the more they become second nature to you. The more you just know how to navigate them when they show up, when they have a problem within you. Because it's like this part of you that shows up for you to look at, to be like, I got an issue. I got a conflict. And when you're able to look at these archetypes and work with them, you're able to resolve a lot of these problems and conflicts on your own. And you start to get resourceful. And our goal with the 64 doors and these archetypes that live within them is for you to know yourself, master yourself, and share your mastery with the world. We want you to be creatively expressed in the world. But first, that comes from you coming into your wholeness. You're going to need to know who you are. You're going to need to embrace your uniqueness. And you're going to need to give yourself the permission slip to show up as that in the world. What is the legacy you're leaving? You have one life to live as yourself here on earth. One life. How are you spending your time? And what are you leaving for future generations? And are you leaving this legacy that is bettering the world or contributing to the destruction and downfall of it? Are you sharing your ideals and your values with the world? Are you sharing your creative spark with the world? Or are you in so much conflict and turmoil that you're just in this lack mentality of, I don't have enough, I don't know enough, I am a victim, whatever the story is. If you're ready to transcend that story, you're ready to start speaking and communing with your soul, who knows your divine mission, who knows what you came here to do, and who can help you resolve these inner conflicts within yourself. And you know what language your soul speaks? The language of archetypes. What I really wanted to offer you is this opportunity to deepen your mentorship with these archetypes and to really use these 6-day transits as wormholes for miracles and alignment with your wholeness. I want you to find yourself. I want you to understand yourself. And I want you to come into wholeness so that you are grounded in yourself and you claim your sovereignty and also claim your right as a creator on this earth. The only way you can step into creatorship is if you own that creative spark within you. You'll have it. Let these archetypes walk you home to yourself. So what I offer you today is the opportunity and potential to walk with us each week as we dive into these archetypes. We just had a community call in Portals of Deconditioning, and that call got really deep and intense and emotionally charged, and it was a beautiful cleansing experience for many people. And the more and more you walk with me and conversate with these archetypes and commune with us, Bella and I want to guide you. We want to show you the way. We want to help you connect to these archetypes on a deeper level so that you can bring them in. Each transit, bring them into your heart. We just had the hypnotist integrating, embodying the hypnotist. We're in the idealist, archetype 11, embodying and integrating the idealist. Coming into this knowing of, what are my ideals? What is this legacy I'm going to leave in this world? What are the ideas I want to make manifest here? Who can I call in to help me? Who believes in the same things I believe in? Where is my core fractal, right? And when we can align with these archetypes, we start unlocking this field of synchronicity, and we start to commune with the divine, and the divine starts to bring us gifts in the transits, gifts in other people, gifts in these connections we have, gifts in inspiration and ideas. But we got to make connection. And the more and more you make it a priority to connect with your soul, the more miracles and synchronicities come into your life. If you are wanting to integrate these 64 archetypes, or at least the 11 you have in your gene keys, get these courses, start walking with them. There's teaching videos, there's attunements, there's embodiment exercises, there's lots of stuff for you to dig into there. And if you do end up joining us on some of the future community calls, you'll be able to experience what it's like to be in the field of these archetypes and to be in community as we're discovering, unpacking, and communing together. I wanted to come on here and really speak to these 64 doors and the archetypes that live behind them, because this is what Bella and I are about, and this is what the 64 doors is about, and this is what Unlock Your Design is about. We speak the language of archetypes, and this is the way that you're going to be able to come into alignment with your soul, with your divine blueprint. And we want the best for you. And we want more of you showing up in your creative expression and adding to the world and sharing your genius. So it starts with you first uncovering yourself, understanding yourself, mastering yourself, and then sharing that mastery. So thank you again for watching this and for being part of our lives and for utilizing the archetypes in the way that you have. I'm just asking you, Will you take the next step and go deeper with these archetypes because they're calling you? Thank you.